Guys, we are back. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. As always, it is so great to see you. And welcome to Photography Talk episode 53. Now, it's been a mixed bag of news this week with encouraging camera sales reports coming in, but news of a massive factory fire in Japan that could lead to even more delays for popular cameras from Sony, Nikon, and Canon. Now we're going to go over details of this and other stories in a moment, but before we get to all that, I do want to take a moment, or opportunity rather, to thank you for tuning in today. Now if you're new to the channel, hey, thanks for dropping by. If you're a returning guest, well, as always, it is great to see you. If you have subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. It really means a lot to have your support here. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, take a moment to do so. I really don't want you to miss out on any of our content. And also, we have monthly giveaways, so hitting that subscribe button does have some incentives that comes along with it as well. Now let's get on to this week's headlines. More camera shortages might be on the way. As if getting cameras manufactured and distributed during the pandemic hasn't already been hard enough. Now that a fire has broken out in a Japanese components factory, delays for Sony, Nikon, and Canon cameras could even be longer. Now the fire occurred in late October and burned for 3 days straight, completely destroying the factory. AKM Semiconductor owned the factory and supplies components to many different companies, including, yeah, you guessed it, Sony, Nikon, and Canon. Most of the photography-related components are digital to analog converters and integrated circuits. And without these items, serious delays in camera production may occur. In fact, guys, each of the 3 major manufacturers had to change their Black Friday promotions last month because of the inability to get the components. Now, given that the factory was destroyed, it's going to be months before AKM Semiconductor can even get back online. In other words, if you were planning to buy yourself a camera for Christmas, you might have to wait a little bit longer than expected for that camera to arrive at your door. Next, global camera sales rebounded in October. As you all know, 2020 has been a rough year for camera sales. Now, we've reported in the past on numbers of bleak reports about camera sales taking a nosedive this year. But there's been some good news in the CIPA October camera sales report. In fact, guys, it's really good news. While October shipment volume of digital cameras was still 77.2% of what it was back in 2019, guys, the monetary value of the goods shipped in October was 95.1% of what it was last year. So fewer cameras were purchased, but the ones that people did buy were more expensive than what they had purchased back in 2019. Now a closer look reveals that DSLRs and mirrorless camera shipments were at 86.4% of shipments last year, and those shipments were worth 100.5% of last year's monetary value. Now in total, there were 416,000 mirrorless cameras and 339,000 DSLRs sold in October. Yeah, that's a lot of cameras. Now I would expect that the November and December numbers are going to be even better simply due to the holiday shopping. But of course, we're going to have to wait a couple months for CIPA to release those numbers. But for now, hey, this is very good news for the photography industry. Several Nikon cameras now have CFexpress compatibility. Way back in 2019, before COVID and all that other nasty stuff that 2020 has brought with it, Nikon announced that it would provide a firmware update for the D5, D500, and the D850 that will enable CFexpress compatibility. Well, Nikon has finally delivered that promise nearly 2 years later. Now, each camera can now be updated to use CFexpress Type B cards as well as the XQD cards. Now, of course, guys, this greatly improves the compatibility of these cameras, so now you can swap cards between different Nikon bodies like the older D850s and, for example, the newer Z6 Mark II. Besides, XQD cards are much less common these days, and at one point, these will be obsolete. So this is going to help the D5, D500, and the D850 from becoming obsolete as well. You can download the firmware updates from Nikon's download center. Check out the description below for links to each camera's download page. And friend, those are the biggest headlines from last week. So now let's switch gears and discuss our current giveaway. Here are the prizes that we're giving away this time. We have a ViewSonic 34-inch VP 3481 curved monitor. We have a DJI Mavic Mini 2, and we have a Hex brand Ranger Mini Sling. Now guys, as always, to enter the giveaway is really simple. Step 1, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Step 2, leave a comment below. In fact, the more of our videos that you watch and leave a comment on, the more chances that you have to win. So get watching some of our other videos and leave some comments. Step 3, register on PhotographyTalk and introduce yourself in the forum. Now, if you did register on the site and introduce yourself during one of the last giveaways, you're still eligible to win this time. But hey, as we keep saying, swing on by, we would love to see it. And friend, that is it. For complete details on the giveaway, including how to register on PhotographyTalk and how to say hello in the forum, check out the description below. Good luck. Well, there you go, guys. Photography Talk episode 53 is in the bag. If you found some value in this video, do me a favor. It's time to do all that YouTube stuff here. That really does help the channel out, and it is very appreciated. So hit that like button down below, hit that subscribe button if you aren't currently subscribed, and kick that bell to be notified each time that we come out with a video. All right, my friends, I'm going to go jumping out of here. You get out there, stay healthy, and create your best shot.